You know, I have my own shoe, and they haven't came in yet. So come on, hurry up, Nike. They're pretty sweet, so y'all see them when you see them.
Marvin Jones has some shoe game, waiting for some new kicks for the season, going with the old silver and blue of the Detroit Lions until they come in. Got to be the shoes. So far this camp, it's been all about the arm of Trevor Lawrence. Bounce back day for him. Hello and welcome to First and 10 training camp. I'm Brent Martineau. Today, it was all about the pads. Pads are popping out of Jags training camp. It's real football, and after a blistering hot week, the players got a break today. Maybe an all-timer for an August 3rd practice. Overcast and just really not hot at all. The offensive line isn't the most exciting position, but when the pads go on, things start to happen in the trenches, and that's a good thing. Second-round draft pick Walker Little, impressive today. He's been impressive most of camp. Keep an eye on him now, pushing Cam Robinson at left tackle.
Couldn't wait for today to watch the offensive line. That's really, the rest of the stuff is not real for them, right? So this stuff has been real, and we've told the guys we're putting the best 5 guys out there. So if Walker Little ends up being one of the best 5, then we got to find a way to get him in there.
Who will protect this guy's blind side? Trevor Lawrence struggled a bit yesterday, had 3 interceptions. As I mentioned, he bounced back today. It wasn't perfect, but he continues to make some big-time throws. And some throws that just flat out make you say, wow. He had one of those today to Marvin Jones.
You know, in between 2 defenders, you know, a lot of young cats, they don't do that. You know, so just him having that confidence in me, and you know, us having our talks and all that stuff. I think all that pays off.
You can see some of the downfield throws that we're really testing those guys, and I mean, those are some yokes there. You got to really put it into it. And I've been fortunate, like you said. I mean, Stafford, Favre, even Russell. I mean, those guys can throw it a long way. And Trevor's done a good job. There really hasn't been a throw that I've seen that he can't make.
Bevel's been around some really good quarterbacks. Said the mental side of the playbook and dissecting defenses is still a work in progress with Trevor, and that's pretty common at this point for a rookie. A look at the notebook from Tuesday, starting with the roster, getting closer to a full 90. Chris Claybrooks and Jared Wilson elevated to the active roster off the COVID-19 list. A special visitor on the practice field who knows a little thing or two about Trevor and Travis. That's Clemson coach Dabo Swinney in attendance this morning. And before practice, assistant special teams coach Carlos Polk giving the team a bit of motivation as he talked to the squad. By the way, Taven Bryan went on the COVID-19 list today as well. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. So many ways to watch and listen. Jags, some other sports too. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Join the fun podcast, Smart Speaker, ESPN690.com. You can do that in your car as well on one of the biggest signals in the South. That's ESPN 690. You know, the scrimmage is coming up on Sunday, the final free event this season for the fans. Register on Jaguars.com to get your free ticket. You can also watch an hour of the practice on Fox 30 at 9:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. First time we've ever done it. Check it out Sunday morning.
Oh, no, he can't prank me. I'm on to all his tricks. I'm on all his games. I'm unprankable.
Damian Wilson has been around the block. He can't be fooled, but he better watch out for Jihad Ward. Ward is really one of the characters in that locker room. There's several of them, especially on that defensive side of the ball. Wilson knows how to win. Spent the last couple seasons with the Chiefs, and, well, they won a little bit. Welcome back. If the Jaguars are going to win some this year, it might be on the strength of their offense and passing game. Jags have weapons. They have players teams now need to game plan against. That hasn't happened a lot around here. DJ Chark is in a contract year. Laviska Shenault might be the star of camp so far. Those guys are the young guys. Free agent addition Marvin Jones is going on a decade in the NFL. And as Action Sports Jax Stuart Weber says, he might be the most important receiver in the room.
This past offseason, wide receiver was one of those positions where you felt pretty comfortable. You're talking about big-time players like DJ Chark and Laviska Shenault after a great rookie season. But the Jaguars made a splash and picked up Marvin Jones Jr., a guy who can not only contribute on the field, but also in the development of his fellow young wide receivers.
I mean, DJ, he's doing well. I came in and I told him, I was like, look, anything that I could do, you know, to help you, especially in this offense, to get you going faster, that's what I'm going to do. So just follow me, and it's going to be real good for you in March.
To have that veteran to come in, one, to kind of just show him, you know, how he's lasted 10 years, right? That's not the norm. So he's lasted 10 years and he's done it at a high level. So how does he take care of his body? What does he do in the offseason? And then for me, it's like another coach over there in the receiver room.
Jones's impact will be huge for Chark and Shenault, but it's also going to be big for the rest of the wide receivers. One of those battles that we're going to be watching all the way up until the final cuts. Should be a very exciting rest of the training camp when you're talking about wideouts trying to make this team. At the Jaguars practice complex, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jax.
Stuart would like you to follow him on Twitter. Do it. The latest from Jags camp, the high school scene, and probably get a note or two on soccer as well. At Stuart AS Jax. First it was Carson Wentz. Now it's star guard Quentin Nilsson for the Colts. They both had the same injury. This is bizarre. Wentz had surgery yesterday on his foot. He'll miss 5 to 12 weeks. The same goes for Nelson. Some adversity for Indianapolis to start the 2021 season.
Throws over the middle of the field. He's got Fason at the 20, at the 15, at the 10. He breaks a tackle. He's down in touchdown. Oh my!
A senior season with 1,500 all-purpose yards at the University of Florida for Ciatrick Fason, and 19 times in his career, the voice of the Gators, Mick Hubert, had the chance to say C4 will score. Ever since that successful career at UF, Fason has been back at his alma mater of Fletcher, roaming the sidelines, helping the next group of Beach Rats reach the next level. Now he's the head coach and preparing for his first season in that role. And there's really nothing in the playbook about keeping the rain away, as the Senators forced inside this afternoon to escape the storms. But they still got some work in. Fason may not know how to stop Mother Nature, but he's learned plenty from former Fletcher head coaches Joe Reynolds, Josh Corey, and Kevin Brown over the past decade plus.
I was able to, nitpick a little bit from each coach and see how they do things, and, for when I stepped into this position. So now, not being around all of them, I know what to do and what not to do.
Fason also added it won't be hard to pump his team up for week 1, and you know why? Because he's going to be on the Friday Night Blitz game of the week. That's why, against Sandalwood, battle for the ditch. There you get a look at our game of the week in the Friday Night Blitz coming up this fall. We've already set the matchups, and it is a dandy coming up in week number 1. Sandalwood against Fletcher.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.